And we are live, I believe. Here we are. Hello, everyone who's about to join. Hopefully, we'll have some people join us very soon and we can ask us some questions. Some monthly live stream. It's March already, guys. Where the hell is 2025 going to? March, I believe March already. But a great start to the year at BZ. Our best January and February ever. Absolutely smashed January and February, to be fair. March is a bit of a funny month for us. We just had a member of the team who's been with us 12 years. He left early this week, sadly. We're having his leaving due tonight, so that'll be good straight after work. I've got some new blood coming into BZ this month, but yeah, Croc Killer Airsoft, sup? Hello, mate. Thanks for joining the live stream. So yeah, this is our monthly live stream. If you haven't joined before, first Friday of every month, we do a live stream. You can ask questions live in the chat. And then I've also got some questions from people that have left before the chat went live. So we're just going to ask you, answer all your questions and go through some of the stuff that's been going on lately at BZ. Last week, half of the team were in Germany for IWA, a big airsoft and shooting expo over in Germany. And it was the first time we've ever had a booth at IWA. And we're now trying to sell more into Europe. So any European people watching, that's good news for you. So yeah, a lot of exciting stuff coming out of IWA. Loads of new stuff from VFC. They kind of announced it back in Taiwan, most of the stuff, but we have confirmed that we are ordering some of that new VFC stuff. We're just waiting on getting confirmation of when all that will ship. Also from IWA, we have got the new Fossil collection from Wolverine Airsoft. There is only 300 of these available of each. I think it's going to be a series of guns. The first one is called the Dig One. You may have seen it. We posted it on our YouTube Shorts and on our Instagram reels as well. It's got like a a recoil stock on it. It's got HP recoil stock on it. There's only 300 of them in the world, and we've got 20, at least 20 coming to BZ this summer. They haven't given us a date yet, but it's this summer. Con RS3. Hey, buddy, any update on the VFC PPSH? That is just what I was talking about. So VFC, we have ordered the PPSH. I think we have like 12 of them coming in. I'm going to stick my glasses on for this, actually, just so I can see you guys better, see the comments better. But yeah, we've got 12 of them coming some point this year. So we've ordered a lot of VFC stuff. Some of it's ready now and some of it's not ready yet. We're just getting confirmation of how much is ready and how much isn't ready, so we can decide if we're going to ship them separately or we're going to wait until everything's ready to ship. Should be this summer, but again, we don't have any dates on that. I'm trying to get some more information from VFC. Again, guys, if you've got any questions, feel free to ask in the chat, or I've also got some questions from people that I've already asked, so we can start answering them. Con RS3, nice. How much is it? Can I pre-order it? I don't know how much it's going to be, to be fair, but like a lot of the information of that we don't really put out until it ships. So like until something is shipped and we have a better idea of when it's coming, we try not to put anything up for pre-order. That way we're not like leading people on and saying like, oh yeah, it's coming out on this day, and then you pre-ordered it thinking it's going to release in June, and then it gets pushed back and pushed back and pushed back. This happens all the time with product releases. We saw this with the VMP2 that we just did a video about. That was meant to release last summer. It only came out in February. So we don't want to do pre-orders for something until we know it's on the sea, it's in the air, it's on the way to us, or at least about to ship to us. And pricing sometimes, especially for stuff like from Taiwan and stuff like that, from like VFC, we need to take into account how much customs and import charges are. So sometimes we might not even have a price for it until it's landed here in the country. So PPSH, I'm not sure off the top of my head how much that is going to be. Daniel Lane asks, do the EPM1 RX mags fit the Crytek Trident MK3 range? So these are the EPM1 RX mags. We don't stock Crytek here, so I couldn't actually try it myself. There's very few M4s that the EPM ones don't fit into. So my first guess would be if it takes M4 mags, which I believe it does, that it would fit. If there's anyone in the comments who uses, if there's anyone in the comments who has a Crytek M4, do put in the chat. Let us know how do they work with EPM ones. There are very, very few select guns that don't work well with EPMs, but most guns do work with them. So I couldn't answer you directly on that gun, unfortunately. I'm not something I've got experience with, not something we stock, but 90% sure that they would work with it. The EPM1 RXs, if it works with an EPM1, it'll work with an EPM1 RX. They're basically the same magazine, but with some internal upgrades. We've just done a full video about it earlier this week. If you haven't watched that, go watch that after the stream. Scotty McUginerd. Yuki Nerd? Hey boss, love the overshirt. Any advice on PEC or torches for the Tokyo Marui MP7? Recently purchased one. Want advice and ideas on what furniture would look good, work well. So thank you for the comment on the overshirt. I'm wearing that because we're going to a leaving meal tonight. One of our staff has left us after 12 years, so got to make the effort. You know what I mean? Got to show out. But the MP7. Not sure about PEC boxes. I personally wouldn't run a PEC on an MP7. I don't think, but each their own. PEC boxes, you've only got really a few brands. We've only ever stocked like one or two different brands for PEC boxes, and they all look about the same. So PEC boxes, that's just a personal preference. Torches, I'd run a Rebel Precision torch on there. Like, of course, I'm going to recommend Rebel Precision, but let me just pull up the Rebel tactical torches. If you're looking for a red dot, if you're looking for a red dot for the MP7, one that looks really good on the MP7 is the Vortex Crossfire. We've just done took some photos of the MP7 recently and put the Vortex Crossfire on there. I think it looks fantastic. We also put one of the new B&T air suppressors by Artrick on there, and it looks very, very nice. I don't think we've actually posted those photos yet. Maybe just on a story, but follow us on Instagram if you haven't already, at BZ Tactical UK, and you'll see some photos of a very nice looking MP7 very, very soon. But yeah, I'd go for one of the Rebel tactical flashlights on there. Just pulling up the full width that we offer, see which one would be the best. I'd probably go with the 1200 lumens one personally, or the 600 lumens one, £55 and £70 respectively. But anyone in the chat who's recommended a good flashlight for the MP7, do let us know as well. Airsoft Rami, I said, hey, I'm coming to BZ Fest. It's on June 14th, if you didn't know, guys. He's planning on spending £1,000, you guys. What do you think I should get to upgrade my gear? Well, that's a very open-ended question, Rami. Like, what are you after? You're after a new gun, a new pistol? Is it just clothing you're after? Is it mags? There's so many things I could recommend for £1,000, but we appreciate the fact that you come into BZ Fest on June 14th. Tickets start from just £1. If you don't know about BZ Fest, it's a big event that we'll host every year here at BZ. It's going to be the second annual BZ Fest. You get 10% off everything. You get entered into a huge giveaway draw. Last year we gave away over £11,000 worth of stuff. There's guns you get to try out on our indoor range. There's a shooting competition. There's vendor stalls all over the place. Tickets are just £1. There's a full video about it in our channel. Go watch it if you don't know about it already. But hoping a lot of you can join us on June 14th. We already had nearly 300 people book on so far, even though it's like 4 months, well, 3.5 months away now. But should be a really good day here at BZ Fest. Daddy Deadpool, is there a better M4 under £350 without a MOSFET compared to the KWA Eve 9? Well, that's all down to personal preference. I think the Eve 9 personally is one of the best value M4s available on the market right now. It's been our biggest selling rifle for 3 years in a row. I think that in itself speaks volumes about it. Comes with a PTS stock out the box, PTS iron sights as well. It just works fantastic. We do recommend putting a new rubber and tensioner in there. That only costs 16 quid though, and we will fit them for free for you as long as you're buying the gun from us. So if you buy the gun, hot rubber and tensioner, we'll fit them all together. That's a perfect little for the price, for the price especially. You're going to find a M4 that struggles to beat that, in my personal opinion. One of our staff members, Joe, he has around 20 guns in his collection, and I said to him once, what would you, if you could only keep one, which one would it be? And he said it would be his Eve 9 because it just does everything it needs it to do. And yeah, it's a beautiful bit of kit. The Raven Evolutions, though, as well for M4s, they've really impressed us recently. Are they as good as the Eve 9? Don't know. If you're looking for an AK AEG, I'd really recommend the Raven Evolutions. They do a fantastic job with AKs. I'm not an AK fan. I'll admit that. I really don't like wooden AKs either. Like I find like a lot of companies don't get the wood effect quite right. But Raven Evolution do some real wood AKs. They're very, very nice. Go watch our video on Raven Evolution if you haven't watched that already, guys. So many great videos on the channel lately. So many. No wonder you're all subscribed to us, or you better be at least. Reaper 26, any news on the PTS PRM AR mags? No, is the answer to that. PTS, we had a meeting with them last week in IWA. They are I know they've just announced these magazines. They look really cool. They're like a clear M4 magazine that can handle like 40 plus RPS. We've already got someone who's asking about this on Instagram. Actually, we're going to answer that question anyway. But I think you meant to say TPM AR mags, not the RPM AR mags. But anyway, TPM AR mags. I believe they're coming soon. But they said they'd be available in February, and they're still not available. But they also said that these things wouldn't be available till June, and they came out in February. So you can never quite plan that out. As soon as we've got any information about them, we will be putting them up for pre-order. Once we've got confirmation that they've shipped to us, we'll put them on pre-order. Best place to learn about pre-orders at BZ is to follow us on Instagram if you aren't already at BZ Tactical UK. We absolutely flood our Instagram stories here at BZ. But yeah, no updates as of yet, but hoping they'll be available very, very soon. Daniel said he's watched the review on, I don't know which one he's talked about because I've just recommended about 4 different videos there. But thank you for watching, Daniel. Nathan Wallace, any idea when you could expect to give you a full fist of cash for the VFC AK and mags? So Nathan, after last week, we met VFC in Germany last week. We've got some AKMs on order. We've got the magazines on order as well. A whole other load of stuff from VFC. We are just currently waiting on them to confirm to us when everything will be ready. There's some stuff that's ready to ship right now, and then there's stuff that's ready to ship later this year. We just need to be told what's ready now and what's ready later on, and then we need to decide if it's worth shipping the stuff that's ready now right now, or we have to wait till everything's done in one go, because shipping is bloody expensive these days, guys. Especially if it's air shipping, Jesus. But yeah, we don't have any updates right now. I can tell you they're definitely on the way. We've definitely been ordered. But again, once we know, we'll tell all of you. Once we've got an idea of when they'll be in, we'll post about them on our Instagram stories. Best place for announcements on when things are going to land here at BZ. Neil Wilson said, I want to come to BZ Fest, but it's travelling to get there, and to North Wales is a pain as I don't drive. I'm going to assume that you mean that you're from North Wales, because we're not in North Wales. So if maybe you've got the address on, but if you're from North Wales and traveling over to us, it's not too far from North Wales. Can say that last BZ Fest, someone flew from India for it. He flew from India to Heathrow and then travelled from Heathrow in London to BZ up here in Middlesbrough. So that's like it's like a 5-hour drive. I think you got the train over, but still that's a good 3-hour train journey. Yeah, Neil just said he's from North Wales. So a guy came from India last year. We had a lot of people come from down south. If you can make it, if you can't make it, it is what it is. We've scheduled it on the same weekend of Downhill Festival, so loads of moshers can't come this year, unfortunately. Sorry to the moshers out there. If you can't come, you can't come. But if there's ever a time to come to BZ, if there's ever a time to organise a road trip, that's what it's called. If there's ever a time to organise a road trip, it's for June 14th. Best thing as well is that we've got District 23, 15 minutes down the road from us. They're doing a night game at 6 p.m. right after BZ Fest. And there's like 10 different sites within an hour's drive of us that will have a Sunday walk-on game on. Dirty Dog Airsoft. Is like about 40 minutes away. That's been voted one of the best sites in the UK. You've got Armageddon Airsoft, about 15 minutes away from us. Loads of places in the local area. So loads of people come. Loads of people who are driving a long distance will stay over the night and make a bit of a weekend out of it. So if it's possible for you, if you want to get a game in as well, come on the Saturday for BZ Fest, stay over that night, get yourself a game or maybe even 2 games in if you fancy the night game as well. Make a bit of a weekend about it if you can. We want as many people joining us as possible. Chris McGilly is a release date for the CTM TAC AP01 loader that takes the M4 mags. I believe he's talking about the Maximus kit. That will be available in April, we believe. CTM in Taiwan, it was Chinese New Year in January and in February, so they're just catching up with all the orders now. We've got so much stuff on order with CTM. We're just waiting for the new stuff like the Maximus kit to be ready to ship. Best case scenario, it'll be here at the end of March, but it will most likely be April. But that'll be the 3 colours. It'll be black, pink, and tan. And it may also include the high capper Maximus kit as well. And I've seen preview videos of them, and that's what I'm really excited for because obviously we don't do as many high capper upgrades as AP upgrades, and I don't think that kind of thing exists for a high capper currently, like where it's like the mag is in front of the trigger. I don't think that exists for high capper right now. So I'm really excited for those to drop because I think a lot of people will really like them. Maybe do we need to be stocking more high capper parts, guys? Is there other brands that we should be stocking here at BZ? We will be doing a video about custom builds very soon, where we rate people's custom builds. We've had about 15 or 16 people send in their images of their custom builds, and we're going to show them all on screen and rate them and roast them. So if you've got a custom build that you want featured in that video, do drop us an email, and we'll include you in the video. Nathan Wallace is going to get me some. He's going to get some AK mags, a VFC AK, and a number of mags. Yes, please do, because VFC make some of the best gas blowbacks in the. Sorry, guys, I need a drink. I'm getting my words all mixed up today. VFC makes a fantastic gas blowback. You're going to struggle to find a brand that will do a gas blowback as good as a VFC. Daddy Deadpool, what's the name of the hop rubber kit? I'm not sure which one you're referring to. Is it to do with the KWA at Eve 9, I believe? So you need to get yourself a Maple Leaf Macron hop rubber. I think it's a 50-degree hop rubber for AEGs, and you need to get yourself a Maple Leaf Omega tensioner as well. £10 and £6. Add them all together when you're buying a Eve 9, and we'll fit it for you for free. Just there's a note section on the checkout. Just put in there, can you fit it for me? If no one else in the chat has any questions, then I've got some questions right here on my phone from other people who've asked them on Instagram and on YouTube and the like. We'll start off with the questions from our YouTube subscribers. Thanks for subscribing, guys. We've got 2. We got Virgil Hill 4126 who says, "Do BZ ship to the UK?" Yes, we do, but unfortunately, our online shipping calculator, it doesn't like US addresses for some reason. So if you are from the US and you want to buy from BZ, drop us an email, info@bztactical.co.uk, and we'll give you a custom shipping quote. Just remember to tell us what you're ordering and what your address is. And we've also got Daz-LK7RY. Will you be stocking VMP2 parts, including the inner barrels? I haven't seen these listed anywhere yet. Also, any insider news on the new AirTac HPA adapter for the VMP2? Ooh, well, I've got in the box, so YouTube doesn't take down our live stream like they did with the February live stream. That was a lesson learned. But yeah, VMP2, if you haven't seen the video already, guys, we did an unboxing of these. 3 different versions of the VMP2. We've unboxed them all. As for spare inner parts for the VMP2, they're not available yet. Vorsk has them listed on their website, but there's no photos, no product information, nothing. So that to me says that they don't actually have them available yet. I know that they were like scrambling to get the VMP2 into dealers in time. So what I believe's happened is they've got all the guns in and the magazines, and then the other stuff will follow later. As soon as they're available, we can get them. I don't know if we'll stock them constantly, but with stuff like Vorsk, oh, excuse me, sorry. With Vorsk, the VFC, sorry, with Vorsk, they're based in the UK, so getting parts from them and stuff like that is very, very simple to do. So anything Vorsk, Nuprol, Raven, anything like that that you want that we don't have, if you just drop us an email, info@bztactical.co.uk, we can usually get it within a week or two, depending on if they have it in stock. Nathan Wallace, what's an Eve 9 plus upgrades plus a couple of mags set you back? So an Eve 9 is 260 quid, I believe it is. 265 quid, that comes with a 50 quid PTS stock right out of the box. You've got a magazine included there. You'll want hop rubber and hop tensioner, that's 16 quid. We'll fit them for you as long as you buy them all in one go. And then magazines, it depends what magazines you want. Could get yourself some new EPM1 RX magazines, £35 each. You get yourself some Amarok 250s. We've done a video on them in the past. Great 250 round magazines. They're 30 quid each. Or what is the price on the? They do their own mid caps. You get a 3-pack for 50 quid. Not bad at all. 120 round mid caps. There's Raven Evolution M4 mags that are 19 quid. They're 220 rounds. Lornex are 16 quid. I think they're 200 round mags. Depends what your magazines are going to get you. But for the EPM itself, the battery as well. Sorry, yeah, I need the battery. What's the battery cost on an Eve 9? Sorry, guys, so unprofessional. I should know this off the top of my head. But for the basics for the gun, the hot rubber and the tensioner and the battery as well, you're looking at £306, and then whatever magazines you want to buy on top of that as well. So £306, then get yourself a couple of high capacity magazines. Up to you what you want to get. You know, it's whatever your budget, whatever you can do with your budget, basically. Nathan. So like if you got 300, what did I say? 306 pounds without magazines, then whatever you want to spend on mags yourself. Right now, I want to hit some Instagram questions. Follow us on Instagram if you aren't already, guys, because we post probably too much on Instagram, to be honest, at BZ Tactical UK. Right, we've had a couple of people ask the exact same question, which we get from time to time. Is someone said, "What does BZ stand for?" So that's Aaron.B123 said, "What does BZ stand for?" Well, we stand for great customer service. We stand for great value. We stand for a good selection of products. But then also, MB__ has asked, "What does BZ mean?" BZ is it's one of them things where it doesn't really mean anything. It's just the letters. It comes from the fact that we have some activity sites called Battlezone Paintball. Battlezone was started over 20 years ago now, and then the guy who started Battlezone, Paul, his son set off BZ. So they're sort of related, but they're not really. That's where Battlezone comes from. But it's not like we're called Battlezone Tactical. We are just BZ Tactical. But that's where BZ comes from. Maybe we should make a history of BZ video at some point. Something I've thought about in the past. Maybe get some of the our bosses to come on and talk about it, because it is quite interesting. Like BZ as a company, it's only been doing airsoft for about 7 years this year. And for about 3 years, we were barely doing any airsoft. It was just a paintball shop that stocked a bit of airsoft. But BZ as a company was actually started in 2003 by a couple of teenagers out of a garage. So to come where we are now, where it's like we're one of the biggest suppliers in the UK for both paintball and airsoft, and we've had the couple of months that we've had recently, and we just had a booth at IWA in Germany. It's pretty cool. Like, I've been here just over 5 years, and we saw that in January this year we did over three and a half times what we did in January 5 years ago. So that's really exciting to see how much we've grown. Our team has doubled I think more than doubled in size since I started. We're taking on some new staff right now. It's really exciting to see how much we're growing here at BZ, and that a big part of that is our followers and our subscribers, people watching the YouTube channel. We've got a new YouTube video coming out today, actually, along with the live stream. 6 p.m. tonight, we're doing an unboxing of the KWA M93R Raffica. Most people know it from Modern Warfare 2, but it's a big. It's been in loads of video games. That's where most people know it. So we've done like a little quiet unboxing of the M93 Raffica. Go watch that if you don't mind, guys. We'd really appreciate it. Neil Wilson says Airsoft grow as a sport and the development of BZ Tactical would be a good video. I agree. I don't know how many people would watch it. I don't know how many people would be interested in it. But yeah, like I would like to do more stuff with our staff because we have a good sized team here at BZ. We're hiring more new people this year, and you know it's we are the way that Airsoft in general has grown over in the last few years, but the way that BZ has grown in the last few years is pretty crazy. To be fair, if I look at where we were when I first started compared to now, it's mad. So full disclosure, I work for like 5 different companies. BZ Tactical is not the only thing that I work for. And when I first started here, BZ Tactical was kind of like the least important part of my job. It had the least attention. We had the least new stuff coming in. It just wasn't that much of a thing. But now, it by far is the most important part of my job. There's so much new stuff going on at BZ Tactical. It's insane. So then that's thanks in part to you guys. So thank you very much. When is the Maximus kit coming and what's the RRP? Johnny McAleese is asking. So we did answer this earlier in the video, at least half of the question anyway. It is coming in April, I believe. We're just waiting on all of them to ship because we have hundreds of these coming. We have 300 of the AAP ones alone, and I haven't got the numbers for the high kappa ones yet, but the AAP ones will be coming in April, maybe late March, depending on how quickly CTM will ship them, but they're nearly ready, along with all the other new bits from CTM, the new velo triggers, the new aero side panels, the new angled mag adapters, loads of stuff coming from CTM this month or next month. We're crying out for another CTM shipment coming in, and this is going to be one of our biggest ever shipments from them. 200, 300 Maximus kits, black, tan, and pink, all coming in. We don't have the UK RRP yet until they ship, but I know they're like 100. They'll be over £100, maybe between 100 and 120 pounds, I'd say. But again, don't actually have the actual price on those right now for RRP. That'll be decided once everything's shipped. But yeah, so you won't have to wait long for the Maximus kit. As soon as we know they're coming, we'll probably put them up for pre-order. To be fair, let's answer some more questions. The Meat Man fan on Instagram said that rhymed. What's your thoughts on the Speedsoft versus Milsim rivalry, which I've seen on the field? Speedsofters versus Milsimmers. You know, I think it's a bit silly. At the end of the day, we're all playing with plastic toys and we're all slinging plastic balls about. How you want to enjoy that is down to you. Every style of play is valid. I understand that if you're playing against someone else who's kind of playing a different style to you, it could be a bit frustrating. But I think people who just like rag on other people because of what they wear or what they choose to shoot, when it's just because it's not something that they would do, I think that's a bit pointless personally. But you know, each to their own. Personally, I envy Speedsofters because they get to wear the comfiest clothes. Like I'm a man in my 30s now. If I could get away with Crocs on an airsoft game, I would, because the comfier the better for me, really. Pinky underscore AP01, very similar to the last question. He asked, "What is my opinion on the UK Speedsoft scene?" Well, we are quite involved with it, to be fair, given that we make Rebel Precision BBs. We also sponsor the NSL. Rebel Precision is the official BB of the NSL this year. Got the European Challenger Series for the NSL this weekend. That'll be live streaming on YouTube. If you've never watched competitive Speedsoft, give it a watch on the NSL channel. It's free, so if it's not for you, it's not for you. But even if you don't play Speedsoft, try watching the competitive version of it. Try and watch people who are actually into it and how good at it play. It's like watching any sport. Like, I'm not that particularly into darts, but when I watch it, it's very enjoyable. So give it a try if you haven't already. NSL Sports, just search them on YouTube. I'm just gonna have a quick drink, guys. Speedsoft in the UK, it's come on leaps and bounds. It really has. It's still relatively small compared to like the European scene or the American scene, but Speedsoft in the UK, like 6 months ago, or just over 6 months ago, we didn't have any proper Speedsoft arenas in the UK. We now have three. We have three purposely built Speedsoft fields, and I'm not talking CQB arenas that do a bit of Speedsoft. These are like three specific for Speedsoft fields. Luckily, one of them's 15 minutes down the road from us, and at least two of those fields are putting on regular events throughout the year. They're doing one-off weekend tournaments. They're doing league tournaments with different rounds. So Speedsoft in the UK is really growing, and now we finally got a few arenas going as well, and like good ones as well. Like, it's only going to get bigger. So I'm really happy to see that the growth of Speedsoft in the UK. We've got more teams going over to play in the NSL. Two British teams are playing in the Challenger Series this weekend. We have OB. Excuse me, sorry. We've got OB who are playing in the Pro Series as well. Then we've got the likes of Legion, who are dominating the UK scene. And you can actually go and watch a lot of these speed. I know at the Bunker CQB, it's at District 23, 15 minutes away from BZ. If you get a chance, you can actually go and watch it live. You just have to have some eye protection on. But you can go watch it yourself or stream for free on YouTube. So, like the Bunker CQB, I'm not sure about Speed Arena or Berserker Airsoft. Those are the other two Speedsoft arenas in the UK. But the Bunker CQB, they actually live stream all of their tournaments. You can watch UK Speedsoft now live on free on YouTube. So UK Speedsoft is really growing. I think over the next year, it's going to be growing more and more because we've seen it as well. It's not just the UK it's growing. We're seeing like a Spanish Speedsoft league is currently starting up. There's ones in Latvia, and all that. Like, now we're exposed from the NSL. We're seeing all these different countries that are doing Speedsoft leagues. So it's a really growing thing for Speedsoft. Anyway, back to some questions. What is your thoughts on the Vosk AR GBBR? That's the new VMP2 VMP Series 1. I wasn't in Germany, so I didn't go to IWA personally, so I didn't actually see it in person. So I can't really comment on that. I've not had a chance to see it. Vosk are coming to BZ Fest in June. I'm hoping they'll bring something with them, one of the new prototypes with them, because that's what they did last year. They brought a prototype VMP2 with them. So I'm hoping they'll bring one of the VMP ARs with them, or one of the new VMP2 variants as well. So got no opinion right now, but I know Voss make a very nice gun, and I know the guy who designs them all, and he puts so much effort into these. So it'll be good value. I know that as well. If it's a Voss gas blowback, they'll be one of the cheapest gas blowbacks on the market. So once I know more, you'll know more, guys. What is my thoughts on the Elite Force Top 1911 by Nick Good? Not something I've ever had experience with, to be honest. It's not a brand that we sell, so I couldn't. Basically, if it's a brand that we don't sell, like, unless we've got a reason why we don't sell it, if it's not something we sell, I'm not really going to give much of an opinion on it unless I've got personal experience with it or one of our guys uses it. Like for example, Vanguard loaders, we don't stock them here, but obviously I know Vanguard loaders are fantastic. I'm not going to tell anyone they're not. But yeah, Elite Force, not a brand that we've ever. I don't know if anyone here at BZ has ever used an Elite Force rifle or pistol. But so I couldn't really give you an opinion on that. I'm sorry, mate. Adam V4C, are you planning on ordering some stock adapters for the VMP2? If they become available if they become available from any brands that we sell, then yes. But I know someone earlier in the chat said that AirTac were apparently working on one. We don't stock AirTac currently, so if they become available, we could get them. If not, you can just get a HPA tap and get our tech center to HPA it for you. Like with the Levar when that came out, literally on the day of release, the first guy who came to pick up a Levar got our tech to fit in a HPA tap and adapted it for HPA. So I don't actually know if I'd assume you can just use a GBB tap on a VMP2, but that's not my area of expertise, so don't quote me on that. Laura Assassin says, I've seen the Maximus kit has released for $120 on CTM website. Does this mean BZ will have it soon, and what kind of price we'll be looking at? Answered this earlier. In the UK, it should be landing in April. It'll be around £120, but I don't have a confirmed price right now. So Adam V4C said, sorry, I meant to change it to a Picatinny stock. All right, sorry. Right, stock adapter. I don't know why I just saw the word adapter and I just went to HPA. So sorry about that. Yeah, stock adapters for the VMP2. If they become available, we will get them again. If they're made by Vox, there's something we can get within like a week or two. So even if we don't stock them permanently here, we can get them very easily. So all you have to do is email. If there's something we don't have and you want, best thing to do is always to email us. That goes through to our sales team. They're the ones who order things in. So that's a direct contact for the sales team. Monster Blunt. I hope you're doing well, mate. You got any nice plans this weekend? Oh, that's nice. See, they don't all have to be airsoft questions, guys. You can ask me other things. At least if you ask me about non-airsoft stuff, I might actually know what I'm talking about for once. So that's nice. So plans this weekend, actually, straight after work, I'm going out for a meal with the rest of the BZ team. We are not celebrating, that's probably the wrong word, but a team member who's been with us for 12 years, I think, he's moving on to other employment. So we are going to go out and have his leaving meal, say goodbye to him. We have also just had we had a new apprentice starting part of the marketing team for our other businesses. He's been here 2 weeks. He's just passed his 2-week trial. He's now going to be staying on with us permanently. So we're going to be celebrating that as well. And also celebrating the fact that we've had our best start to any year ever here at BZ in 2025. So big night of celebrations and commiserations for us at BZ. We're going somewhere that apparently does the world's best Parmo. So I'm going to have to try a Parmo there. Doesn't actually say why it's the world's best Parmo, but their website says it's the world's best Parmo, and I don't think they'd lie. So I'm going to try the world's best Parmo tonight, guys. Very exciting. Other than that, I'm going to Scarborough tomorrow to see some family. They're going to take my dog down to Scarborough. I'm going to go get some lovely food there as well. And then Sunday, I'm going to probably just relax and watch a bit of the NSL Challenger Series live on YouTube. You can watch it too, live and free on the NSL Sports channel. Little plug for our friends at NSL as well. So what are you guys doing this weekend? Is anyone out playing a game this weekend? Do let us know and let us know where you played in the chat. In the meantime, I'm going to answer a few more questions. So Aaron.B123 on Instagram has asked, the riffs that we have on the shelves that are on display here in the BZ shop, so you'll see them all along the wall of our shop and in the cabinets, are they supplied by BZ or do suppliers give them away for us to display? So 90% of them, 95% of them are our own guns, so we put them on display. Suppliers only tend to send us ones display models when it's a release, something that's going to release later in the year. So last summer, we got a load of display models from KWA to put up for BZ Fest, stuff like the ATP GT pistol, the TAC-9. Some of them things still haven't released, but they've got a prototype version of them that we can display to let people know they're coming soon. Anything that's available for purchase, that is just a gun that we've bought here at BZ. Anything that's an up-and-coming release, like we had a Volcano, Airsoft Volcano, we did a review of it on the channel before it released. That was because Airsoft sent it to us. So 90 to 95% of the stuff on display in the shop is just stuff that we sell and that we put out on our own backs. James underscore raccoon 2003 on Instagram asked, what is the most optimized amount of optics to have on a gun? Well, if you've seen our shorts recently, that we did a short recently, TikTok, Reel, wherever your platform of choice, we did a thing where we put as many scopes, red dots as possible on a 308 MTW, and it was ridiculous. And believe it or not, you could actually see through it, even though they weren't all the same size. There was this tiny, tiny bit of sight coming through, so I could actually aim it at things and hit the targets, but wouldn't recommend that. If you, I don't know if that's a joke because of that, but if you're asking for like a genuine question, just get yourself a magnifier and a red dot on there. Get something decent as well. If you've got the money, get yourself Vortex. They come with a lifetime warranty. If you don't, then there's some great but more budget-friendly options as well. They just don't have that lifetime and limited warranty. LT Waffle on Instagram says, what attachments would you recommend for the VMP2? So the VMP2, it's all down to personal preference, really, what you put on the VMP2. You probably just, if you're using a DMI, you probably want a scope or a good long range red dot on there. You might just red dot in general, really. Other than that, I mean, it's all down to personal preference. You might want a bipod if you've got the DMR version. You might want a foregrip on there. There's nothing I'd say like is an absolute must for the VMP2. Obviously, if you are rocking a DMR, you will want an optic on there. You probably want a bipod or a grip on there, depending on how you're shooting it. But it's all down to personal preference, really. If you think it looks good, then go for it. Anyone else? Anyone actually bought VMP2 who's watching it, by the way? What are the latest things you've been buying? Anyone in the chat? Let us know what you've been spending your money on. So we already answered this earlier, but from Reaper26, he did ask it in the chat. Do we have any news on the PTS TRM M4 mags? We don't have any news right now. PTS, we saw PTS last week, still didn't get an update from them, so they'll hopefully be ready soon. I'm not sure when. Honor Airsoft said that he's been told that he's wasting his time using 0.2 gram BBs in CQB. Why would he run anything heavier in CQB? Well, obviously, if you go up to 0.25s, I mean, I think depends on what you see, what your sight limits are. It's either going to be 2.5s or 2.8s, but say 2.5s. 2.5s are going to be more accurate than 0.2s. Obviously, CQB is going to be more close range. So really, with 0.2s, you're going to be okay. You're not going to struggle with 0.2s, but that's point. But with 2.5s, like it's a big leap up to 2.5s. So you will see an improvement in accuracy with 0.25s. But I think some people really just get a bit more, like you don't need 2.5s for CQB. You will be fine with 0.2s and they're a bit cheaper. So you'll be saving yourself a bit of money there. But if you do want a better shot, then you will get yourself 0.25s. Like they will give you a better shot compared to 0.2s. So, you know, if you want a better quality shot, get yourself a better quality shot. Any more questions in the live chat, guys? Otherwise, we will be jumping off very soon if we don't get some more questions. So get your questions in. I'll tell you a bit more about what we've had going on recently at BZ if no one's got any questions to ask. And then I'm going to jump off the chat, get myself ready for our big meal tonight here for BZ. Daddy Deadpool say get a new Pro hard case and a Rebel 3000 lithium ion battery. Nice choice. Monster Blunt. I just bought a double eagle M904A honey badger rifle with Falcon fire control system with 5 mags, 2 batteries for 110. Is that a steal? Getting all of that for getting a rifle with 5 mags and 2 batteries for 110. That's a good deal. For any gun really. Double Eagle is not a brand that we sell anymore here at BZ. So I don't actually know what their AGs are like. We only ever stock their sniper rifles. So I can't comment on what a Double Eagle AG is like. I know, so I can't comment on that. But you know, you get what you pay for the price. You can't go wrong. It's is what it is. And what weight would I recommend for them? I think at that price, you're going to struggle to shoot anything more than a 2.5. Again, I've never used them, but I'd go 2.5s, see where you go from there. Try if you've got any 2.8s to try out on it, give it a go. But 2.5s is probably what you're going to be working at with that price range of gun. Nick B, is there any sign of the baby shark yet? Don't worry, we don't mean the very annoying kids cartoon. We mean the new upper from CTM. I believe they're coming in April with our other CTM stuff. We have got them on order. I can see them on the back end here. We've got army green, electroplated rainbow, black, grey, red, and silver. 6 different colours. We've got 10 of each of them. I believe they're coming in April. Once everything's shipped, we'll know exactly what's on that order. And we might even put them up for pre-order because I know people have been waiting for these a while. Neil Wilson says, do you have any advice for my wife who's getting into airsoft with plate carriers and equipment? I mean, it depends what kind of advice you want, really, Neil. Do you mean like what equipment to buy that would fit a female figure more? Do you want advice on what beginners equipment to get, or how to start playing? I'd say like if it's to start playing in general, rental packages at most airsoft sites. We have just done a video about the best beginner airsoft guns in 2025. Go watch that if you haven't already. We have options for like different price points, starting from 130 quid up to 265 quid. So, and we give reasons of what. 120 quid up to 265 quid. And we give reasons for each of those options, like who they're the best for. Female fitting. So Neil Wilson, more like what kit, like a carrier that is shaped more for a female shape, right? So I know that I'll tell you what, the best thing to do, Neil, is to tell your partner to speak to the UK Airsoft ladies. They will be able to give you the best advice. If you don't know, the UK Airsoft ladies are a group of UK Airsoft female airsofters. But as a group, there's like more than 300 members or something. Basically, if you're a female airsofter in the UK, then you can join the UK Airsoft ladies. They've grown so much, in fact, that they're putting on their own weekend event. Male partners are able to go to that as well, but they are also putting like a female-only game on the Sunday. I'm sure they will be really happy to give you some advice on what kit to wear for females. But you'll find a lot with like plate carriers and stuff like that they fit, they're unisex. Like Alex, who is like basically the person who runs UCAL, she wears a Viper Tactical plate carrier. So Viper Tactical is great. I don't know what the other members are rocking, to be fair, but a lot of them most people wear Viper Tactical plate carriers. So they're fine for female shapes. I think Jem, who's also one of the people who lead Viper Tactical, basically most of the girls I can see from their Instagrams all wear Viper Tactical plate carriers. For actual tactical clothing, I know that 511 Tactical might do some. I know for sure that Emerson Gear, they make female specific tactical gear. So Emerson Gear are great for female tactical gear. Viper Tactical plate carriers will fit. But tell your partner to contact UK Airsoft Ladies. They're on Instagram. It's UKA Ladies _. But they've got a Facebook account, they've got TikTok and all that. Tell her to drop them a message. They'll give us some advice. They've got like discount codes for places and all this. So yeah, get her to get in touch with them. They'll be able to give you the best advice possible. But thanks for watching, Neil, and thanks for coming to us for some advice. And once you've got that advice, tell her to come and order from us as well. But oh yeah, Nick B makes a good point. You can get as much on a battle belt as a plate carrier. So if she doesn't want to run a plate carrier, there are other options. But as I said, I know a lot of female players wear Viper Tactical plate carriers. So Monster Blunt says, Neil, how did you get your missus to join? You won't, mine won't. We know a lot. We get a lot of people coming in here at BZ with their partners, and we see a lot of people's partners trying out airsoft. So it just depends who you're dating. I know my wife wouldn't be seen dead at an airsoft game, so I wouldn't even ask her to come. So it's each to their own. But WMD, now then, you guys didn't reply to me wanting to buy a BZ LED wall sign. How do I get one? Sorry, WMD. We were at Germany last week when you did ask, so I'm going to guess none of the sales team actually got back to you, or maybe didn't think it was an actual request. I mean, we have to get them custom made. I don't know how much we paid for ours, to be fair. It wasn't me who ordered it. So I can get you a price on one if you really want one, but I can ask my boss today how much we paid for them, but they're not cheap. They're not cheap to get a custom made sign. But if you really want one, if you're willing to put your money in your pocket, then feel free to get one. I'm sure they were like 100 quid or 200 quid, something like that. They weren't cheap. So, but if you really want a price, I can get one for you, mate. If you really want one. We're gonna hop off very soon, guys. So if you've got any more questions, please do ask. Oh, so you don't actually want one. So WMD just said, I thought you wanted a BZ one. That's why I asked you to contact us. But you just want a WMD. You want your own custom made one. I genuinely thought you wanted to get yourself a BZ one, wherever they are up there, for your setup. So I thought you were a true fan there. Really thought you were like our biggest fan. You want an actual BZ? I'm really confused here. So yeah, if you want a BZ LED wall sign, we can get one made for you, but we have to get one made because we're gonna make one for the my big logo and BZ one. Well, I can just give you the file to make one for the BZ one if you want. I can give you the file of our logo if you really want to get one made. If you're getting one made yourself, I'll just find out where we got them from and I'll drop you a DM and I'll let you know where we bought them from. Um, but yeah, there's those places that'll make custom sign like that. So, and if you really do want a BZ one after you find out how much they are, then do let us know and I'll drop you the logo. Um, but yeah, I'm going to hop off in a minute, guys. If we've got no other questions, I will hop off in a sec. We have got another video coming out today, 6 p.m. M93 Rafka video. Just a quick unboxing video for that, guys. Nothing groundbreaking, but they're a very nice gun. And most of you'll know them from one video game or another. So they've been in a ton of different video games, Modern Warfare 2 mainly, but Neil says his wife loves using the Glock 18C, but both we and my wife Army Cadet instructors. Oh, well done, Neil and your wife. Yeah, it's good to see. I like to see that people getting their partners or family members involved in airsoft. We see it all the time here at BZ. That's one of the delights of us being like a physical shop as well as an online shop. We see people in person. We see new players getting into the sport basically every single day, and it's really exciting. It's a delight to see people getting excited about playing airsoft and looking into stuff looking into getting new equipment for the first time. Um, Michael Phillips, my APO1 is shooting 50 FPS over the limit. Will the CTM adjustable nozzle lower it to sight limit? I believe it should, yes. That will help because with it being adjustable, that you can lower it so you can get your FPS down. So yeah, get yourself one of those, and it should help you. Yeah, Nick B says try a shorter barrel or a lighter BB. Yeah, it depends what weight you're shooting. If you want any tech advice, especially with APO ones, drop us an email, get through to our tech centre, info@bztactical.co.uk. I know WMD, we're fine with you using the logo. If you're gonna pay to get our logo made up, like I don't mind. If it's just a logo for like your setup or whatever, like really not going to stop you from doing that. You're helping us at the end of the day. You're advertising us. If someone's that big of a fan of BZ that they want to get a sign made, go ahead. We had a guy travel from India just to visit our shop last year. So I'm all for the top BZ fans showing their true fandom. Really appreciate it. We appreciate everyone who watches our stuff like and interacts with us and buys from us. Still mad to me, like some of the things that we get to do here at BZ and some of the ways that we've grown in the last 5 years. That probably is a video we should make at some point, just like how BZ Tactical started, why we started selling airsoft equipment, how quickly we've grown, etc., etc. But yeah, WMD says can't wait for BZ Fest. He'll be rocking up in his ghost outfit. Yep. BZ Fest, June 14th. Join us if you can. But other than that, guys, I think we're gonna jump off for a second. But thank you all for watching, guys. The next live stream will be on the first Friday of April, which is the 4th of April. So we'll see you then, same time. Sorry, we can only do these on like Friday. We can only do these during work hours. I'm not going to come in on a weekend to do this. I'm sorry, but yeah, 3:30 on Friday, the 4th of April. New video tonight as well. And on Monday, we've got a very interesting video about the most expensive gun that we've ever sold here at BZ. I think a lot of you are going to be interested in that video. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for joining the stream. We'll see you next month for the next live stream. So see you later.